You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Surprise on the mix.
We look for the news with the hour. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Our voices come. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, voices down. Hi, yeah. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the
Revenue Authority, when a NRA, don't bring to me the Electronic Cash Register, ECR. This stuff for you, when get business where they pay GST. ECR, now for benefit for you.
You want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring, ECR don't come, government say. The ECR not for you, it they process data, store data. The ECR not for you, transmit data, GC. The ECR not for you, NRA don't bring, government say. Benefits you in the country, the ECR don't come, government say. No more yuki. NRA don't bring, government say. Fast and reliable, the ECR don't come, NRA say. ECR not for you, make sure say you collect a GST receipt for anything you buy, anything you pay for. NRA for the Panam, you qualify. The law say you forget a GST registered business, you qualify. Call NRA, request for the machine. The standard rates for GST tax, now 15% for each transaction. Anything you buy, ask for your receipt. And remember,
if you are a taxpayer and you pay your personal income tax or your corporate income tax, you should have at least gone through all your assessments. For both related taxes, payment is done in 4 quarters. For the first quarter payment, file and pay your personal income tax or your corporate income tax on or before the 15th of March. The second quarter payment should be made on or before the 15th of June. For your third quarter payment, file and then pay on or before the 15th of September. The fourth and final quarter payment is due on or before the 15th of December. Always remember to file and then pay your personal income tax or your corporate income tax through our integrated tax administration system portal, ITAS. This message comes to you with Campbell. Welcome So this edition of the Nra Revenue Update will come to you live from Liberty Online Television. If you don't follow this program, we will not say we will bring to you everything we get for the tax issues and also everything we surround the National Revenue Authority. And at the Public Affairs and Tax Education, they bring and come away. Anyway, they bring the program away today. My name is Janet Cheney. Inside today's program, we get with the Commissioner for Domestic Tax Department, we Commissioner James B. Tengbe, where they can take you through most of the things them where they don't do, within the department mandated for do, and also the recent reform we na the electronic cash register, well, we don't do on for the past years, but now we don't get so many other developments then around. It will come help we explain within the development and also within the ongoing enhancements that they don't do and how it will help for able for sustain the revenue collection within the department. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, people. Them out there. Good afternoon.
So, Commissioner, welcome to the program. Welcome to the Nra Hour.
Thank you.
And we are so happy for getting you into the studios today.
Thank you very much.
So, probably for the one that we just join me into the program, I want to let you know say this is the program, and you go feel free for keep in touch with the program, send you queries and inquiries by the number 076-659755. I repeat the number again. The number is 076-659755. We want for make say everything where you supposed to know and also anything where you need to know as taxpayer and also as we future taxpayer then we they bring and come at this program all the time we're doing at the studio. So this program, not so we no more get some, part of this program and part of the process of revenue mobilization as alone. So for make we help you understand what in your rights and also what you need for know whether you're a taxpayer or not, will they bring this news you way and will they bring this program your way. So today, as I say, we can discuss things that will surround the electronic cash register, what we also call the ECR, as one of the system modernizations the way they don't do now the National Revenue Authority and how it will enhance the collection of revenue within the department and how it will make taxpayers that don't comfortable for pay the revenue then pay the taxes then and also how comfortable it don't be for reduce all the constraints that with taxpayers that they don't go through over the years. So but before we go into the program proper, we want for first of all talk to Commissioner for let it take me through waiting in department they bought and also waiting at the your mandate within the National Revenue Authority.
Yeah, thank you very much. Before I actually go into explaining what the department they do, okay, I must tell you exactly what in the NRA NSSF charge for do. The NRA, name a whole as an institution, they get the responsibility for collect government revenue and account and pass on to government for my government provide with basic services where the government before. Now on my own department, now the domestic tax department in get a responsibility for collect all revenues that way they within the boundaries or within the confines of the country, within the boundaries, every revenue will they collect. We also get that aspect of the revenue collection wing where they deal with the customs. The customs are then charged with the responsibility for collect on the borderlines and all border revenue generated and customs they do down there. Then we get the non-tax element where then are not to taxes. The non-tax now in the country and as well as the domestic tax department, but the non-tax they deal with all revenue generation where not to tax related. While the domestic wing, the domestic tax department, we charge with the responsibility for collect revenue where relates to taxes them within the confines of the country.
All right, thank you so much for that brief introduction and explanation. First of all, for waiting, the public need to know about the background of the National Revenue Authority, which is very important, and also waiting the departments where the head really they do within the authority and also within their mandate. So firstly, most of the SMO they can studio with they talk, most of the issues they more they emphasize on are the issue of compliance, and which is one of the things that way important in terms of how best we can able for thrive as an authority we charge with the mandate for collect government couple and also how you see compliance waiting a compliance where it comes to the National Revenue Authority and also revenue mobilization as a whole, and waiting compliance mean like to you as the Commissioner and Domestic Tax Department?
Okay, so when we talk about compliance, we basically, in a layman's sense, now somebody where they paying taxes them. Then I like basic and layman sense where you will say, okay, I not complicate in any way. Now somebody where they pay in taxes them. However, for legally and by application of by administration of we laws them, it go beyond only somebody where they pay the taxes. Now somebody where they first register, because these are obligations the way the person supposed for do for make it able paying taxes them easily. One, that person they supposed for the register with we. That person they for able for file in returns them on a regular basis, depending on which tax type they register for. That person they for able pay through the right channels them and make sure that money they reach to government. And that person they for able maintain report account of everything that they do, all transactions, so that Bamba if NRA they go in full step and doorstep and go ask them waiting happened last month, they go able to provide and say that the records this what I get, and because of these records, now this exactly happened. So it need for maintain that records there, and by all means, it's supposed for also send a report at the end of every period, either a monthly or either a yearly. It's supposed for consolidate all that report there and send them to we as an authority. Now, so it able build the trust between we, the NRA, and you, the person where they do business. And when you send anything and they all where you adhere to all them principles, their requirement, and now they refer to somebody as being compliant. So when we talk about compliance, now somebody where they register with we, somebody where they file in return, somebody where they making payment, somebody where they done it through the right channel, and somebody where they maintain record and prepare a financial statement at the end of every period. So now then people and they would say a person compliant, or if you not do any one of them things and they would say you're not compliant at all.
All right. Thank you so much for, that kind, explainable, highlights them we get in terms of compliance. So waiting again, normally we can also emphasize on now how the authority can normally take the issue of compliance, because apparently, just like what you explained, are two things: either compliance or compliance. And then categorization, and they depending on how they put you, also gets how the authority they treat the issue. So do you take fambulance through waiting at the different ways the way your authority they handle from your own perspective, and also from your own department, how the authority they handle the issue of compliance separately?
Well, compliance basically is we the authority they try for make sure so we make an easy for anybody where they pay tax in the country. We for make an easy, we for make an smooth. Anytime where you want for pay tax, you're not supposed to pay with hassle. So we the authority, they make sure say we provide the atmosphere, we provide a level playing field for everybody, and make sure say you able for pay your taxes, able for file your return without you incurring additional cost. So we now the authority, they provide all the space there for you, and even train you, go to the extent of even training you for make sure say you not encounter any hassle for make me comply, because non-compliance it also get a cost. Because if you not comply, it will lead to interest, it will lead to penalties, and NRA will not take pleasure in collecting their interest and penalties. Will they take pleasure in making sure that anybody who is supposed to pay 1 cent, they pay that 1 cent day. But if you not pay, then it means you go lead to additional cost to you, the business. And whether additional cost might even lead to break down the business. And we don't want that one day. We want for create that situation where in that business they thrive, that business they go exist, and that business they go continue for grow, and at that kind of atmosphere. And in the same vein, not only when that business they exist, now that 10 day down, we set the day for able collecting taxes and day. So one let businesses they exist, but we the authority they provide all the necessary support for make sure so that business they continue for grow.
All right, so thank you so much. Again, the issue of compliance is broad, depending on the tax handle or the top what. And also when it comes to penalties, just, you don't mention rightly, it's something we get different penalties depending on the tax handle and depending on the person liability. But before we go into all of that, we now want to really focus on, the electronic cash register, when one of the key reforms them we presently, they undertake now the National Revenue Authority. And, clearly now under your department, this definitely reform the function. So we want for let you take, I want for let you actually take Fambulem through what we mean by electronic cash register, and also why make the authority through the government of Sierra Leone decide for implement this system.
Okay, make I take Fambulem out there through how we even come for talk about electronic cash register.
Right.
Fambulem members say we introduced GST in this country way back in 2010. And when we introduced GST, people that be sell would they sell receipt to businesses that were registered for charge GST. Then businesses they enter the manual records of that receipt and give to customers them whether they buy and sell, whether they go buy from them. And the person said they ensure say he issued that GST receipt, that manual one. So way back in 2019, we realized, okay, we're not going to continue with this method no more, because that manual one be the lead to somebody go issue the receipt na kono, where we not go able keep track of them. Somebody go issue na Kenema, somebody go issue na Lumley, somebody go issue na Calbaton. The NRA not go able to every side for make sure say we're able to monitor all of the receipts that they issue across the country. So we realized, say, let we digitize or let we reform the process. So we introduced the electronic cash register. And waiting at this electronic cash register, not just a POS, where would they give people them for record transactions, issue receipts, and also keep records of all the transactions then where they get for that period. So once you do that, this aspect of compliance where they talk about record keeping, you always get all the transactions inside that ECL system there, so that at the end of the day, if NRA come, it's easy for me to see them and pull them from the system, and also it will not for light part business, because you get the record where you get, and we still get the record, and it's easy for compare. So electronic cash register are just like a POS where would they use for issue receipts and record transactions, and also keep records for business purposes.
All right. Thank you once again. Apparently, when you be discuss about the process, and also waiting ECR mean, and also waiting ECR mean to the business, then we actually mandated for you interact with this system. Another question we will definitely come to mind is that wouldn't this kind of people, and wouldn't the business people, we actually need for use the GST and the ECR in the first place, and waiting now the process for ensure say the right person where they use this ECR get them at the right time. Okay,
well, this a broad range question that you ask.
Yeah.
Waiting. Make us start by indicating who that supposed for even get the machine. Now, Fambulem members say we don't only talk about the GST. Anybody will register for charge GST na the country, that person they supposed to get ECR machine. Everybody we they out there where they do business, we meet a threshold of 500 million or 500,000 loans in the current new loan, or 500 million old loan. Once you meet a transaction once you get a turnover, we reach that total number of volume of transactions, we supposed to register you and give you the ECR machine. And the ECR machine, and not only for one type of business, it is for all range of business, as long as you do business, whether not service they provide, whether not goods they sell, and goods will say goods irrespective of the kind of goods, except in circumstances wherein the act requires, say, this particular goods or service that they provide, you're not supposed to charge GST. And the GST Act and the second schedule provide a list of all then transactions and then goods and where if they sell them, you're not supposed to charge GST. But if in order that list, it means each and every one of them goods and services where they trade in suppose for charge GST, and we will target you as an NRA. We will go to you and ensure say we register you and charge the GST. But it's also important for me we note this aspect that not to everybody suppose for charge GST until we register you. If we not register you as a business for charge GST, you not get no business for charge GST, because if you charge them, it means you also don't be you don't act out of the law, and when you act out of the law, we sound like a criminal activity. We're gonna make the law go for don't pay you.
Okay, so rightly explain, say the threshold now like 500,000.
Now 500,000,
and also then they also take we back if we say 500 million old loans.
Exactly.
Right, because for the family just explain that one, they understand that one perfectly. Again, because now by law, it happens say now just within this kind money or so, where person go don't get as in turnover, will make them register for GST. How una as an authority, they know say this particular person don't reach the threshold for register for GST, and if that one they don't come to una notice, how una they go about it, and how una they now bring them into the net, the tax net of then now being liable for pay them this particular tax type here.
Okay, so when we talk about turnover,
right?
That just give a definition. When we talk about turnover, like if they sell every day, not to the bio,
okay.
Every day, like where they sell, you add every day they sell. Today you go you sell 1,000. Tomorrow you go you sell 5,000. Next tomorrow you go you sell 4,000. So we add one and for 1 year. If it reach up to 500,000. It means you're supposed for register for charge GST. So when you get for add all the sales that they make over the period for make you able for register and charge GST. Those are the basic criteria actually we require for charge GST. Now this turnover, how we the NRA they able know the responsibility in the first place they on the business.
Right.
For tell the NRA this kind say why they sell so. I don't reach this threshold when I can't register me. The responsibility there on the business on the one side. If the business, you not tell the NRA down there, then it means you don't lie to the state. And if you lie to the state, penalty there for the thing and day. So waiting we encourage people then is that now a self-assessment system now they operate in the country. The responsibility now for me can't tell we waiting and they do. However, we self get very competent and trained staff them where we don't train over the years. Very good staff them where they see them, then they look at your business. Then they look at which now you transactions them where you don't incur, where you don't undertake or you don't undergo over the period. Then transaction and they will take and look at them. Don't forget say most businesses that all they monitor, then they import. Most businesses that they monitor, then they sell to people. So all of them, if business they sell to you, for example, let's say one particular business they out there business A where they sell to you, whether business B. If we look at that person in business A, they sell to you, and you self eventually get for sale, then it means that the purchases alone they give you an indication of whether you likely go meet that threshold, and on that basis they will go to you. We get other means then back where we train people and can able assess them. Take for example, depending on who say you rent your shop. Also, you rent a shop. If you rent a shop now, is strategic and prime area where the rental cost alone they in a certain amount. Let's say 100, 200,000. Clearly, nobody know they will go and set up a business. Will go and make a loss. So if you rental they at a certain amount, we know say for make you recover that 200,000, it means you get for sell an amount above a certain threshold. And if you sell above that certain threshold, meaning you are likely for meet the threshold for register for GST. So clearly we get various means them, but the primary responsibility now on the businessman for come out to the NRA and say, I don't meet the threshold and I'm supposed for register. Then are the primary. But if you not come, then we go fend you, we register you, the owners, we get the right as an authority for even talk say this way we don't look at your business. In fact, if you don't meet the threshold 2 years ago, and the law give you the power for assess you from 2 years back right up to this current period for making you able to pay them taxes in the day. But all things are things that we don't want for the do. We want to create a situation, we want to create the environment so that the person go work account to it seamlessly or voluntarily and tell we say I don't meet the threshold and when I register me. So that not they require. But you get other aspect them back of people them where they not meet that threshold. But by virtue of the one for get benefits of all these GST benefits them, they want to say, okay, when they come to the NRA, voluntarily we want for register and we can also register the set of people then they not meet the threshold, but we can still register them because they want for be part of, or maybe then they operate in a particular sector where the person when they sell, so say, I know they buy it from you because you know they charge GST. So then people, if they come to we can assess them. If they meet the other criteria, then we can register them.
All right. So before we come to the other criteria, they will clearly go allow somebody we, devoid of the threshold. It will make you able for get registered for GST. What I want for say again, clearly from your explanation, is like they give the business people and the leverage for able for come to the authority willingly. For let them tell you say now this so amount we feel say we don't eligible for the registered for GST. But again, considering all the businesses the one that don't register, where they now at the tax brackets, will register for GST, how you they rate the level of compliance in terms of, GST registration, na the country from what you can handle?
I'm very impressed.
Right.
I'm very impressed, in a summary. I'm very impressed with the compliance rate for all businesses across the country.
Okay.
Because we don't, initially when we introduced GST way back in 2010, I remember we literally go knock to people them for say, can't register because you don't meet the threshold, can't register, so people pass will penalize them, so people in the past will go lock them up. But over the years, everybody a lot of businesses don't see the need for actually register for the GST, and we get a whole lot of people where they actually come to we now.
Right.
If you look at people where they come to we, the number they increase every day. And I must commend the businesses out there, and maybe because I must commend even we at the NRA because of the effort we don't make for explain to businesses that out there waiting and the benefits of being part of the GST and waiting then stand to lose if they're not be registered for GST. So when they get the compliance, I must say I'm impressed. So
what thing you go say the 2026 Finance Act do in terms of actually increasing the threshold from maybe 350, 100 from the previous Finance Act provisions then. So now 2026, which is 500,000 leons. Waiting na your point of view in terms of what you go explain how that one they be of a benefit to taxpayers them out there we're not able to understand waiting these changes there so mean to them as business people.
Now if you look at the transition from 350 we go to 100, from 100 we go to 500.
Okay.
Once compliance they increase, the NRA safe. Now we are all Sierra Leoneans. We a day in we interest. It also don't not forget say if we say they pay taxes. Where are they go buy television, for example, if I go buy a fridge. I know they go talk say hey, I they work at NRA so una tax me. Or I they work at NRA so una not tax me. So when the law come out now for every one of us, we already na the country. So the tax threshold in movement from 350 when I be initial period in 2010, people they not be the come to we, people they be the drag their foot, people they not we literally they force people them for camp. So what do? We realize that a lot of people be the lie. We reduce the threshold to 100, and when we reduce the threshold to 100, we capture everybody. Where we be able to assess the businesses, and when we realize that the compliance they increase gradually. As a country or as a government and decide say okay with the ace and out of 500. So you see when compliance increase, there is need for me also adjust the numbers the uppers so that we not go take into they not go capture everybody where they try for grow or where they try for creep for get into the structured business. But clearly the compliance, like I be say, now one reason we move from 100 and it's onto 500 at the moment.
Okay, so one of the things then back again where they bring me back, they drag me back to the point where we be no say, clearly what you say from the time where they implement the GST to now, a lot don't change because, you know, it don't range from where outside people are reluctant for let them even register. And now to the point outside, you don't see high level of compliance from your observation. Now in this point, we they see people and they come up and say, oh, I need the machine, I need the machine. So what happened in that case there where this person has to not reach the 500,000 the threshold, but then you say clearly there are other criteria they want to look at. Waiting at some of these criteria they want to look at and how una be able to make sure say people that we actually request are the right people at that time looking at the criteria and for let them able to get the machine.
Okay, so the first thing what you need for know is that everybody where they do business, they keep records.
Okay.
Everybody will do business. So if you work at Icanto, you know me the threshold. We first want for know how structured are you.
Okay.
How your business set up. We also want for know you keep small records. We also want for know if you know they keep that records and they waiting at the prospect of you getting to the 500 in the next 6 months. Waiting at the prospect of you getting to the 500 or even the type of services where they render. Maybe you they exist in that kind of sector where the person where they sell to or that kind of business where the person where they sell to, they require you for charge and GST. Now, all of them things are the things that we put together and assess her as a whole for determine whether we're supposed to register you or we not for register you. Mind you, if you not read the threshold, what are the primary criteria? If you come to we get the right for actually turn it down for say no, we'll not register you. And if we not register you, you not get no business. Remember when I say initially that if you are not registered, you not get no business for actually charge the tax in the first place.
So, okay, before we go back to which kind of people right now get the machine, let me just take back to waiting at the intention from the authority angle for ensure say there are more people registered into the GST, what they call for that aspect of tax regime actually expand and for Leona no say una fairly assess taxpayers therefore ensure say that the right thing the authority they do even on behalf of the taxpayers themselves. Okay,
so one core thing where they guide the NRA in our operations, right. Fairness.
Okay.
You know, it unfair if you get two businesses when they sell the same thing.
Okay.
One register now, the other one not register. Okay. I mean, it's very unfair. So clearly, the drive of NRA is for ensure say we create a very fair and compliance across the country, so that if you there, everybody will they do that same type of business, irrespective of once you get a structured operation, will they make sure say we give you. So if you realize in the last 1 year, approach has been with the target sectors. So if we take a particular sector, no one not go able to complain, say, oh, me, I get this order, this person, that me neighbor and I not get. So the drive of NRA now for ensure say we create a fair business environment for everybody where they operate within the country.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, for the purpose of how many machines standing at the country right now, we also know say previously NRA they don't supply over 5,000 ECR machines, and coupled with the fact say NRA still, you know, continuously they try for anticipate supplying more machines. So waiting change from the previous machine they want to supply and also waiting on a been say needed for make it be added features by the machine there so and order them on a target for the second phase of the machine that we're in currently.
Okay, so when we talk about target, we target everybody. We target everybody as far as long as you do a business and you not deal within the exempt goods or services schedule. If you not did it means we target you. We will make sure say we give you the machines. Now, when we go back to the old machines that we get, them machines there we don't roll them out in 2019.
Right.
Now, from 2019 to date, over 6 years. Now, them machines then they can get a lifespan of 3 to 4 years. Now, if we don't use them for over 6 years, it's natural enough say wear and tear. Where you get your telephone, for example, your mobile phone, it go for them. it go scratch, it go get old. The update go struggle now for even be updated on 2019 version of Samsung phones that we'll get. So the essence for where we the change them machines they are now because most of them one and they don't become outdated. Some don't spoil now people their hand, some people they don't actually come to say I want this machine. But this one we wanna be giving, like I remember somebody work come to me in our office. They when he pull a machine inside in plastic, the now rubber band now be take and wrap them and wrap. Clearly you don't know say this person he want use the machine, but they struggle. Now most of the way be even spoil for even repair them, the parts again. The manufacturer and the producer again. So these new machines, now machines that will come in for actually not make we able replace their own devices and they will be on rollout because they don't tear, you know. And some of them will not even able to repair them again because of the scratch, this for them, we go on it for them and everything. So all of them that make with the transit now into this new set of machines. And more importantly, this new set of machines now recent productions and recent production they add more features to them, things that we don't not be able to do that we are able to do now. Before now you're not able to connect that old calculator machines to Wi-Fi, for example. But with this new one, if you get Wi-Fi in our office, you can able to connect them easily. And we also even on we own part, we're able to keep track of their machines. Then if we go off, we know. If we don't have offices, then the machine go off na kono. At the day na my office na free to I know say this machine don't go off na kono. If for any reason anything go wrong with the machine, anything will go wrong with the machines, will be able for also keep track of their machines and they. So all them features there will not be there for that old one, and they for this one now, and it also will enhance with relationship between with the NRA where they apply the tax laws and the business people, because clearly there has to be a transparency the need for it between we and the business people. When that transparency, the confidence they increase, and when that confidence increase, you know, I remember when we be the operate manually, I be more of cat and dog, like when they fight, say no, now this is for pay, no, I not even sell. So that argument be always there, but that machine there they reduce all the friction there between we and the business people.
Okay. So the understanding definitely is that the new machines then we come now for ensure say they replace the one that we already bid on day. So if we think about how much machines then be done spread across the country, it's over 5,000, and now we get additional machines then where they come in. Then machine they also where they come in, they able to serve the purpose of every other person where be done they use their machine they also, or una they roll them out in phases. Okay, so
let me correct that aspect that we they go out and replace all the machines. Right. Then no, okay, we not go out and replace all the machines. Then all right. Basically, what we do is we will go to your business for that one anyway where the machine don't play, we replace. Okay. For that one the way where the machine not good again, we go replace that one and day. Okay. But for you where the machine you still use them, we go assess them. If it day in good form, we go say no, you don't need another machine now. We go left this one and go give the other person. But if for any reason that machine they put, then we go replace them automatically. Okay. And make this point clear. Even the replacement of the machines there, now the government they take the time for actually give freely. Okay. But not to now at a cost. Then cost there, the government don't incur them. The government don't incur them, and they don't pay for them already. For give businesses them free. So if for anything go wrong with their machines there, now they give so free. If anything go wrong with them on na your hand, then it means you have to pay for them automatically. You go pay for them.
All right. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much for your explanation from the points hold on they discuss, from the background of the NRA to the DTD and also everything we don't definitely interact with within the authority in relation to the ECR. So Fambul, this program now for you. You tune into NRA Revenue Update live from Liberty Online Television, and we want for no say you're not part of this process. Whether you're a taxpayer or you're not a taxpayer, this information they come clearly for educate the general public, including we own taxpayer them, and you can be part of this process by sending you text messages to the number 076659755. I repeat the number again. The number is 076659755. 9755. Before we go to the other issues them into the program, we get a few questions, then we come into the program where I go read out to you and you go address the few concerns there. This person here, so they say, what are the monitoring mechanisms used to monitor businesses, especially shops at Abacha State, who do not issue GST receipts? This they come up from Mariama Na I don't care. Then this other person, they say, during the ECR machine training last week, we were told that the first batch of machines will be given to registered businesses free of cost. How many machines are you giving to larger shops with more than 3 to 4 sales points? This also they come up from Sally you. We get into 2 major questions and more I go just read out. As we go read out the other questions and more we go address before we go for short commercial break.
Okay, so let's take for example the monitoring mechanism. You know, with the previous machine, we now be like a semi-manual. We move from manual issuing of the paper receipt that will go to this other one as semi-manual. Now with this one, we also get somebody who we don't train already in the system before a screen where they monitor each and every machines. Now, don't forget, say at in one of my presentation, I talk say anything will go wrong na kono at the day I know. Remember, I say so. That anything will happen na Bo at the day I know. Anything will happen na Kenema at the day I know. Because we are able to monitor real time the usage of the machines there. If the machine grow up, we able to know. Now, for people we know the issue receipts. Now, 2 ways that are going to approach them. One, we they know somebody where they do business with these machines there, we know the issue receipt. We they know. But again, for the public out there, the people that are out there, when you go buy, ask for receipt. This now because if you not ask for the receipt, now 2 things will not happen. The businessman don't cheat you. You're not gonna say don't cheat you because they don't take money from you, we not give receipt. Then 2, that service where that tax where you pay, where the government for don't receive and go ensure say a develop health clinic hospital in the area or it build the road or build the bridge where they go na your hometown. Government not they get that in time. So they don't cheat you twice. So the responsibility there to we for monitor, but you where they go buy, you get the responsibility for make sure say you ask for your receipt anytime you pay for your goods and services. The other one now for large businesses that will get branches them. Now if anybody will a business will register, you get 20 branches will they give 20 machines. If you get 30 branches will they give 30 machines. But each of them machines that they would link them for make sure say every transaction we do to one. They come in for that one gain transaction because the way we will identify businesses that are out there, not by a thing, not by the tin. The thing is a taxpayer identification number. Now that number now we take irrespective of we give you 30, 40, 50 machines by the number of sales point that we get. Every sales will happen for that one and they come to we as one business transaction. What would they also record? So it no matter how many branches you get, will they ensure say we give you so that you go able for give or operate your business seamlessly where issues don't go there.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Fambul. If you just join me into the program, this is the NRA Revenue Update. We come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We come to you by courtesy of the Public Affairs and Tax Education. And we get with at the studio, the Commissioner for Domestic Tax Department. We come and take and help we talk about the electronic cash register, the update and also everything we don't do concerning the ECI within the authority over the years. So before we come to the next set of issues into the program, we want to go for a short commercial break and we'll come back to you shortly.
Do you know you can escape penalties if you decide to service your tax liabilities today? As we enter a new month, you can file your PAYE and your withholding tax on or before the 15th of this month for last month's liabilities. It's that simple and straightforward. Always remember to file your taxes through our integrated tax administration system portals ITAS. For more information, you can contact our call centers on 839, both on AfriCell and Orange. This message comes with compliments from the Office of the Commissioner General.
As with a celebrity,
the National Revenue Authority, when NRA, don't bring to me the Electronic Cash Register, ECR. This stuff for you, we get business where they pay GST. The ECR, now for benefit for you all.
You want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring, ECR don't come, government say. The ECR now for you, it they process data, store data. The ECR now for you, transmit data, GEC. The ECR now for you, NRA don't bring, government say. Benefits you in the country, the ECR don't come, government say. No more yuki. NRA don't bring, government say. Fast and reliable, the ECR don't come, NRA say. The ECR now for you, make sure say you collect a GST receipt for anything you buy, anything you pay for. NRA for the Panam, you qualify. The law say you forget a GST registered business, you qualify. Call NRA, request for the machine. The standard rates for GST tax, now 15% for each transaction. Anything you buy, ask for your receipt. And remember, if forget NRA Panam. For pay tax, now we all responsibility. The machine, they give business transparency. We no go rogue NRA, they no go rogue you. The ECR, now for you want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring, ECR don't come, government say. The ECR now for you, it they process data, store data. The ECR now for you, transmit data, GEC. The ECR now for you, NRA don't bring, government say. Benefits you in the country, the ECR don't come, government say. No more yuki. NRA don't bring, government say. Fast and reliable, the ECR don't come, NRA say. ECR now for you, the government of Salon put law, the government of Salon say. You for all the machine fine, you know for tamper with them, you know for try for puelam, or the law will bet you. If you're not GST registered supplier, the ECR receipt to the taxpayer. You save when a taxpayer, not forget for us for your receipt. Or the logo wapuna too, or the logo bet you. You get big business, you forget the ECR machine. You want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring.
Fabul, welcome back to this edition of the NRA Revenue Updates. We come to you live from AYB Liberty Online Television, and we get with we inside the studio today the Commissioner for Domestic Tax Department, we now Commissioner James B. Tengbe. We come explain give most of the things them way they around the ECR, where we also they call the electronic cash register, and how far and how long they don't come from the implementation of the electronic cash register onto the date where we talk but right now. So before we go for that short commercial break, we just don't talk about the things them way therefore do it, the ECR machine, and also the threshold, and also other things them way we don't discuss about now. We want for just let Commissioner take we through waiting now the penalty way the authority the levy, also with regards the Finance Act, and also waiting ascribed by law where the authority the levy in case somebody refuse for take the ECR machine, where clearly now somebody will suppose forget the ECR machine.
Okay, so I will connect the penalty to the issue of compliance.
Right.
I mean, when I talk about compliance and try for connecting to penalties, we not take pleasure for actually collect penalty. Okay. I must state this one. The reason is if you supposed for pay 1 cent, just pay the 1 cent. Anything added to that now because of non-compliance. And once one of the means in which we able talk about compliance policy, now where you take the machine and use them. And let us not forget, say Sierra Leone is a country of laws. If everybody be the work on one lane, for example, imagine how congested it will look like, or how chaotic it will turn like. People the way they go up and down with they use one lane in the drive. So they bring down laws then for talk say one person for pass through, the other person pass through. That for just maintain law and order. So having said that, the essence for which will they exist and for make sure so we collect the taxes them we lawfully supposed to be paid. Now the penalty now somebody where they pay defiant, somebody we not they comply. Now one of the penalties then for we we give you the machine and you refuse to take them, it can able cost you over and beyond and close to 250 million loans. We give you the machine and you refuse to take them because it require we for assess you in the first place and assess you how much if you don't able pay but you not pay, then one. Then two, penalty interest the company that money today for where you refuse for collect the machine because that amount they will don't say if I don't pay this amount. For example, let's say 250,000. If I don't pay this amount, you not pay them. If from January, for example, we'll go take and say from January to date, you don't incur cost them with all the so you don't give the authority to the NRA for assess you. And that assessment could be anything. We can call them best of judgment assessment at the discretion of we where they administer the tax, and nobody know, you don't know exactly the mood of the person where go to assess you at that moment. And that best of judgment, it could be any amount, so for me, a day in the interest for me, the people out there was registrable for receive the ECR machine and make sure say they receive them and begin for use them as required by the law.
All right, thank you. So apparently one part the questionnaire then we definitely come na the studio presently now as a result of the training we go on last week and also I feel like they just concluded. That also means to say training be on day we the authority they try for take the taxpayers them through the use of the machine. So waiting at the plan of the authority for ensure say this training also extend now the other parts of the country and also waiting at the plan of the authority for ensure say their machine there so we can expand now other parts of the country.
Now we get to when we talk about businesses that were registrable or were registered for child GST, not only Freetown.
Okay.
We extend on to every part of the country, irrespective of where you business day. As long as you meet the threshold, will they go to you? And the good thing is the machine itself, they use SIM card. Where from that SIM card, as long as mobile phone they operate at that particular angle of the country, they're able to communicate with we because each and every machine they use a SIM card, and that SIM card they use for communicate to we because it communicate to we through data, just like when you go top up your phone for use internet. So that machine they use NSSF, they use the data. So each and every part of the country, across the country, whether as long as you do business, whether not near the border you day, or whether not Freetown you day, whether not Bo, Kenima, it no matter outside. As long as you do business and you meet the threshold, you're supposed to register and you become register and we'll go register you. But the one thing we I want for also note in this particular question is that the responsibility now on the businessman for come to the NRA. Remember what I mentioned them?
Yeah.
For come to the NRA and make sure say and tell say I don't meet the threshold and when I register me, the responsibility first day to the person. But if you not do them, that you left you down, that we go meet you. We assume for you, say this you business, you don't do them for 2 years. So it means you don't become registrable from 2 years ago. We get the response for assess you, what we call best of judgment for assess you and tell you say if you don't pay this amount and that amount they will put them together, will put interest on them, taking boku and it get a tendency for even kick the business out of operation. But we, the offer ourselves for go around the country, provide various training points them where across the country, when we offices them, or we organize programs them just for train people on the use of these machines. And when we call people then for come in for use their machines there, I they plead with the public out there. If you know say you don't become registrable, when we call you for training for use this machine, come and get trained so that at the end of the day you will able for use the machine where it not go spoil in your hand. Mind you, I be don't talk say when the machine spoil, the responsibility they shift to the person for pay for an now, because government don't give you this one first time, they don't give free. The second one, if anything go wrong with that machine and they way it spoil by way of your action or the taxpayer in your action, then the taxpayer go buy them. And the cost of that machine and now the cost plus more cost the government for go buy them from the supplier right down to the time they give you. Whatever it cost, now that money now you go pay.
So initially when they talk you inform the public, say there is an intention from the part of the authority for distribute another set of machine. We not to the one that we don't come before, and also the reasons and behind why we want distribute the machine there. So waiting at the current status of the distribution there, and other now the main targets them for now. Okay, so
we don't begin the rollout of the machines.
Okay.
Before we give you, we make sure so we provide training for you. And when we talk about the target, we target every business across the country. But we not go target businesses them haphazardly. We not go target the businesses them like we go from street to street. No. We make sure wait till we decide this time around for the rollout of the machines there, we do them by sector. At the moment we don't start with the building material sector. Then later we will go to the electrical and electronics. Later we will go to the tourism sector. Later we will go to every sector. Forget. Sometimes somebody the retail sector. The retail sector. Sometimes we will go to the beverage sector. So everybody will involved in the operations of business at this country will get for definitely target them. But we go do them by phases. So like take the building material, so we go right across and make sure say we give to each and everybody where they do building material across the country.
Okay. So I know say the machine we don't come, na machine way in features then different from the one that we be done before. And from the look of things, it seems like if you don't say the machine they use SIM card and it also gets other features than what the old machine don't get. I want for let we know. What if like a taxpayer out there say, me this machine I don't want again. This new one we fine so we fiber phone, we fiber mobile phone, they get SIM card. How the authority not able for deal with, or are there cases of such nature? Or if there are, what in the authority don't do for ensure say they're able for tackle less small problem there?
Okay, so the very first thing what I will respond to Dande is that nobody not get it right for say and will use the machine.
Okay.
The best you can able to, I not sabi use and they will go train you. We will go train you. But nobody not get the right for saying not to use the machine because it is mandated by law. Yeah. And like I be say, this is not a country of laws. If everybody say, oh, I know they use them by just one act of one person, then it means the place could be chaotic. So nobody not going to say. So we they ensure say we train you. We provide adequate training for you. Training how for use the machine, training how for maintenance, training how for everything about the machine. We will make sure say we update the person. We make it understand on how to use the machine. But the machine itself is actually easy for use. Not just like your mobile phone. People that will get digital phone, anybody will use digital phone, it means you're able to use this machine because it's not different. Not just it means that one way you touch, not just the same thing. Just the same thing where we compare to the machine itself. However, the training we don't provide so far in the last 2 weeks since we started, there are glorious praises where they come in about this particular type of machine. everybody we don't kind of say, oh, it's better. And now we can actually can see improvement in with compliance. And now everybody they give praises. We'll not see nobody yet. We don't come in and say there's let this current device hold the try for rollout.
All right, so thank you so much for that explanation. Again, one of the things that we clearly feel like say important for the family, get an idea is the fact say normally when we go na supermarkets or the business centers, we know say their receipts and where they give way different from the receipt where they come inside the ECR machine. What do you go on for say towards Dandy?
Okay, so we have different solutions then where they put in device where they put this system where they roll out. We get different one. Don't forget, so we start with calculator machine. Now we get the other one where if you get the right setup, you get the right equipment, you get a laptop where they go put another laptop there. A system what they call the detailer system, so that you not go use the calculator machine again, but you go issue receipt using the calculator. For people that were also doing at the supermarket, rather than give them the calculator machine, these devices here, the digital devices or use that calculator machine, we go make it difficult for them to comply. Waiting then go end up for do then go take the system, then go connect them to we ECR system, where it will provide the same service, and then it will be done through the people who do ICT, then they call them through API. Then they able to connect the system to we own. So when they connect the system to we own, then we allow them for maybe operate their own system, their own invoice system and issue receipts. Whether invoice system or that receipt they go different from the current machines there or devices that will roll out. However, the system in operation, whether not by through the use of the cylinder, whether not by through the use of interfacing those systems with ours, or whether not the use of these devices that will roll out, the operation of the system is not the same.
Okay.
So the different. Now just a means of how it communicate to we, either through interface or the use of the cylinder or the use of the devices as a whole.
All right, so thank you so much. In terms of most of the engagements that we can get with taxpayers them over time, we know say, when it comes to question time, taxpayers always can raise concern. Say, if I go buy in a shop, the person, the seller will tell me, say, if I want the receipt, na so cost. If I not give you the receipt, na so cost. So clearly that they mean to say taxpayers them, business people and they give taxpayers the option whether or not they want to take the receipts or not. So at this point here, so you then are now waiting, you feel like saying that the implications of the end of the day to one the business person and also to we the customer then where they go by in case we choose an option where definitely clearly they're against the law.
Okay, so any businessman will ask that question. I mean, unfortunate, but that businessman na a cheat. The right word way for really use there, a thief, somebody or a criminal. Any businessman will ask that question. But the sad part is that people where they go by, where the businessman they ask them if you want GST receipt, now this. If you don't want GST receipt, now this amount. People where they out there they're now unsuspecting how you got some people that where they suffer, they don't suffer, they don't pay them irrespective of what you do. No businessman on day we not go collecting taxes from you. No businessman on day. But the reason why they tell you that they for take that tax from you and actually thief them, or take that tax from you and not account for them to the NRA. And like I say, if you not account for them to the NRA, waiting the end of what happen, it deprive you from getting your basic services from the government. Then it also thief you at the end of the day because it don't take the money from you, but it not give you receipt. So clearly you don't want all of those. For business people, the way they ask that question, I want to send a warning that the moment the NRA gets hold of you, the penalty can go into tenfold. That amount where you do make so, and we can assess you. We can assess you for the penalty high, and the law don't give you the option for determine what that penalty can look like. You know, and the least you will pay now that particular penalty, they plus 10 times that amount the way you talk about, then over and beyond that, it can go up to 250 million. Then we can even talk, say, in fact, this money away with this particular transaction where this happens, so now thing is when I have it, that we can go back and talk to, so you don't do this from January, you don't do this 2 years ago and assess you, and you not get choice, but for end of payment because you don't actually get proof for sure say you've been acting criminally.
Okay, so we almost don't come to the end of the program, but then we get 2 key questions. Then we come into the program where I go on for just ask clearly. This person, they say, Commissioner, you just said the taxpayers are responsible for repairing their own machines when damaged. In a case where, unfortunately, the machine gets stolen, is it at most for the business to pay when it was never the person's fault? This other person, they say, does the machine have provision for reversal when a customer returns goods bought? Okay,
like I answer the first question, we talk about the person in responsibility for repair. Now, I not talk so. Now, when we talk about repairs, we they make provision, the provider of the service, what government contract, they also get a responsibility for provide repairs and maintenance on their machines and they. However, if their machines and they are bug, and then machine and then we get them people and the way they provide anything and they. But if it gets stolen or you pull them deliberately or for anything go wrong with that machine, then you get for buy them. You get for buy that machine they. But if it gets stolen, obviously nobody no go wish for set up a business. There has to be police report. There has to be report and police. There has to be they get means in which way we can able to assess them. We assess are humans. Nobody know good if fire burn and engulf you shop, for example. Clearly, if that machine is not to anything of your fault. So all the assessment and the things that we can take into consideration for determining whether you supposed for give back or you supposed for pay for them. So all those are assessment that we will take into consideration. I don't know what's be the other question.
So the person they say, does the machine have provision for
reversals? Yes, it get provision for reversal. I mean, reversal are just part of business. Reversals are part of business. How is it part of business? Take, for example, if I buy shoe, if my wife buys shoe for me and count to me, a test and a hose, they should not do, I can carry and go back. If I buy fridge, I can carry and go now, in work, I can carry and go back. So these are normal business operations. Reversal are part of business. So if you can't go back, then it means that transaction not concluded or it not happen. So there has to be means for which way they enter back to that machine and say this fridge will sell. This fridge will sell, the person don't count tobacco. But don't forget, say every transaction where they happen with that business, we also the same. If there are reversals, we also the same. Now if you own business and reversals some more day, we'll go ask you question. If you own business anytime we sell that they count and back, then we'll go ask you question. And then question and then they ask. These are questions that we get people that within our NIA are trained for able to assess the business and go ask questions there. If you're not able to answer them, then we can penalize you for doing certain things wrongly.
All right, thank you so much, Commissioner, for this exhaustive discussion. So before we end the program, I just want to let you tell Fambule the last word.
Well, my last word we are going for send out to Fambule out there now this. We offer ourselves for train people then for the use of these machines. We send staff then across the country for train people then for the use of these machines. And they plead with the business community out there. When they give you this machine, make sure say you use them. Because we get somebody with in your work and not one person, people with their own work. Now for just ensure say that they monitor the use of these machines there day and night. When you stop for use them, we know say they use the machine. And the first thing we'll go do now for go ask you question. If that question is not sufficient enough as a response to we go lead to additional penal actions. And then penal actions and they actions and they we go come up from we a range from penalty, a range from interest for defrauding the state, a range for we can go shut your business down. If we're not shut your business, we can able to stop you from traveling. A lot of actions that we're capable for do. But out there, I plead for everybody, please, my family out there, when they give you this machine, make sure say you use them. And we were there out there as the public, we were they buy for goods and services. When we buy, let we ask for receipt. And for the business, when you sell, make sure say you give receipt.
Thank you so much. You hear Fambul? When you go buy another shop, ask that businessman for give you GST receipt. And also you, the businessman or businesswoman where they sell, also ensure say you give the GST receipt. And also you, the customer where they buy, make sure say you check the receipt fine one for ensure say the cost where they punch per the receipt and also the amount where they tell you say you buy, now go na the receipt. For the buy, let you not pay for something where already they don't deduct where you don't know. So thank you. One for tell plenty thank you to the Commissioner of Domestic Tax Department, Commissioner James B. Tengbe. Thank you so much, Commissioner, for joining into this program today for helping discuss on this very important matter we get for do with one of the most important reforms them way the authority don't implement. And I want to tell you plenty thank you for joining me into the program today. This now the Nra revenue updates will come to you today live on Liberty Online Television. And also if you miss this program and you want to know waiting we discuss today, where you miss part of you can go now with Facebook page when a National Revenue Authority. And also if you want to ask questions and you want to make inquiries, you can go now with website when at www.nra.gov.sl. And also if you want to reach out to we on other platforms, you can go now with Twitter account, we're now on X, we're now Nra Salon. So till next time, me, Najane Jenica, we bring this program your way. And we want to tell plenty thank you to we producer them way now Mr. Ernest D. Tommy and also Miss Christiana Sam. We help we come with this program your way today. So till next time, me Najane Jenica, where they say thank you and good afternoon.
The National Revenue Authority, when a NRA, don't bring to me the Electronic Cash Register, ECR. This stuff for you, we get business where they pay GST. The ECR, now for benefit we all.
You want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring, ECR don't come, government say. The ECR now for you, it they process data, store data. The ECR now for you, transmit data, now for you, and they don't bring government say benefits you in the country. The ECR don't come, government say no more yuki, and they don't bring government say fast and reliable. The ECR don't come, and they say ECR now for you. Make sure say you collect a GST receipt for anything you buy, anything you pay for. NRA for the Panam, you qualify. The law say you forget a GST registered business, you qualify. Call NRA, request for the machine. The standard rates for GST tax, now 15% for each transaction. Anything you buy, ask for your receipt. And remember, you forget NRA Panam. For pay tax, now we all responsibility. The machine they give business transparency. We no go rogue NRA, they no go rogue you. The ECR now for you want monitor your business, GST registered business. NRA don't bring, ECR don't come, government say. The ECR now for you, it they process data, store data. The ECR now for you, transmit data, ECR now for you. NRA don't bring, government say benefits you in the country. The ECR don't come, government say no more yuki. NRA don't bring, government say fast and reliable. The ECR don't come, NRA say ECR now for you. The government of Salon put law. The government of Salon say you for all the machine fine. You know for tamper with time. You know for try for Puelam, or the law will bet you. If you're not GST registered supplier, the ECR receipt to the taxpayer. You save when a taxpayer. Not forget for us for your receipt. Or the law go wapuna too. Or the law go bet you. You get big business, you forget the ECR machine. You want monitor your business, GST registered business. Nra don't bring, ECL don't come. Government say the ECL not for you. It dey process data, store data. The ECL not for you. Transmit data, GEC. The ECL not for you. Nra don't bring, government say benefit you in the country. The ECL don't come, government say no more yuki yuki. Nra don't bring, government say